welcome everyone to another episode of the Chicago Bears Fan Show. I'm James, coming to you before a very important Week 5 matchup between the Bears and the New Orleans Saints. We're hosting them at Soldier Field this week, and it's important because we're coming off that loss to the Lions, that we get back on track really quickly. It's going to be tough, though. The Saints are playing really well this year. They're undefeated at this point. So, first I'm going to delve into, in this video, what we need to do on offense versus the Saints if we want to win this game. So, first and foremost is to run the ball early and often with Matt Forte. He looked great against Detroit last week. He's looked great all year. He's a dynamic runner. And he's put up very good stats so far. More importantly, though, in this particular matchup, the Saints are actually a rather poor run defense. They've given up, on average, 5.5 yards per carry thus far to this point in the season on that defense. And they've actually got a really good pass defense, which I'll show you quickly in a bit. But it's also going to be important to utilize the run to wind the clock down and keep Drew Brees and that high-powered offense off the field. And that's a strategy that just makes sense no matter how good your run game really is. So I think we can really both exploit them on the offensive side, but use it to our advantage from a defensive side of the ball too. Now, secondly, and this is huge, especially coming off what happened last week, and that is for Jay to take it easy on the throws, find the guy who's open, and not try and force the ball. We need a no mistakes offense here. And I'm going to tell you, it's very important because, as I mentioned the first time, we need to keep that Saints offense off the field, not give them more opportunities than they deserve. Plus, secondarily, the New Orleans defense has been outstanding at turning the ball over. They have actually been the number 6 overall defense, according to Fantasy Outsiders at this point in the season. And secondly, through week 4, they've actually done this on the strength of their pass defense, really. It's not their run defense, as I mentioned, that's weak. So what has the pass defense done? Well, on a per drive basis, they're number 1 overall in the league at interceptions. Our quarterback has a tendency, when he's flustered or feels like he needs to create something, to get into bad situations and throw interceptions. We've seen that before. We saw it last week. And it's a dangerous situation here we're in. So Jay's got to make his progressions that Trestman has worked out in this modified West Coast system to find the open guy. We cannot afford to have bad Jay make an appearance this week, in my opinion. We've really seen this New Orleans defense, I want to comment on, change dramatically with Sean Payton and Rob Ryan coming in this year. Sean Payton's return has done a lot, but the offense was still good last year without him. His impact seems to have been on the defense, and the importance of them creating turnovers, like they did back in their Super Bowl season a few years ago, has reemerged with that defense. And so we need to recognize that, not play into it. And that's the final point here that I have, is actually play our own game. The Bears need to go out there and play their game, not try and keep up with the Saints, not try and get in a shooting match with them, because that is doomed for failure, in my opinion. Because Drew Brees is probably one of the best in the league. He's got a lot of weapons there. We can look across the board. So our offense is built to take what's given. We have a great amount of weapons too. And if Jay continues through those progressions, we've seen guys actually emerge. Alshon Jeffrey emerged nicely last week, I think, as a guy who you can reliably go to. Martellus Bennett did a few weeks ago before that. Forte's available and looked great out of the backfield again this year. And of course, Brandon Marshall's there. So there's lots of opportunity for Jay to find something. He just needs to not try and force in the first read he gets downfield and take what's given to him by the Saints. And I think we'll be in good shape there. So those are the keys to beating the Saints with our offense. Next up, I'm going to show you what we need to do on defense versus these Saints. Bear down.